Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's me, Carol Baskin at Big Cat Rescue, and I am going to check in on Bailey because I was just riding my bike through the sanctuary, and I have these glasses that are by Ray-Ban, and they record. So I'm curious whether I can record with these and with my camera. No, I cannot. Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, this is weird. I'm using the Ray-Ban's camera glasses and my phone camera, and it seems like I can do one or the other. um, I don't know quite how that's working. So I'm hoping you guys can see Bailey. We're checking in on Bailey to see how she's doing. How's the Bailey cat? Yeah. You abducted by aliens? Was that terrible? It was so terrible. What I was hoping to do this morning when I rode by and saw her was to give you guys a little update to show you that Bailey's back in her enclosure with Moses and doing well. We'll go look for Moses in a minute, but I think he's probably in that den right over there. It's one of his favorite places to be. Mary says you can see Bailey. Good. So if I switch over to my glasses, oh, now that's cool. So I can see, yeah, but I think I'd have to get like my face like all the way up like that for you guys to be able to see her, which is not really safe for my face. So I'm going to go backwards again and see if I lost everyone. All right, so I'm really curious. What? Yeah, Bailey does look mad. She's like, "Leave me alone, lady." We can see you seeing Bailey. Thank you, Deb. That's very cool. The thing with the Ray-Bans is that they can only record for like a minute, and so I wanted this to be longer than a minute. Where's Moses? There's the Moses. Hello, my sleepy boy. Oh, so sleepy. Everybody's had breakfast. Now they're having their baths and their naps. You watching over him? You're such a good girl. You are. Oh, what a face. You making a face at me? Do I look weird with glasses on? Yeah. So she's doing fine. I'm going to leave her alone because she's a little bit nervous that maybe it's going to be something terrible again. You'll notice as I'm walking around on this beautiful Caturday. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Thank you for joining me. There looks to be a mess everywhere you go. Looks like a hurricane came through here. And what we're doing is because at our peak we had 200 cats and now we have 30 cats. Our cats have many multiples of dens and coolaroos and balls. And so we're taking all of the extras and pressure washing them, getting them all cleaned up. We might leave some of them smelling like home, but most of them we will pressure wash because the best toys are new toys. Even if you had this toy before, if it doesn't smell like you, they'll think it's new. And we will be taking those along with the cats on the next trip to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. Right now I'm looking for Shiloh. Where are you, Shiloh? And oh, there he is. Hey, handsome. You're so handsome. He's over there on his den. Let's see if we can get a better view with no fence in the way. Is it taking the sound from my glasses and putting them back on? They're sunglasses, so I'm stumbling around in the dark here. They're transitional, though, so they do lighten up a little bit. Sue says she can tell them I'm talking, but she can't hear me. Doris says no sound. What about now? Do you guys hear sound? Sound is back now. Okay, so apparently I have to have the have the glasses down, not just up on top of my head. I'll be curious whether the sound is better or worse than it usually is on a live. Looking for Filmo now. Where's Filmo? Where's the beautiful bucket? Oh, there he is. There he is. Hi. Hey there, handsome. Can we come under here and see you? That'll be okay? Oh. You're just not big on that, are you? Walking away from you, lady. Hi. Hello. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't have anything for you. Well, what good am I then, huh? Did you just come over here and give me a hard time? Oh, now it says it's disconnected. So can you guys hear me now? I'm going to try something that... Oh. Well, I was going to try turning my glasses off, but I'm afraid I'll lose the feed. And I hate to do that. When so many people want to see Filmo. Going to put as much wire between me and you as you can, aren't you? If you guys have been watching the posts that we've been doing about the construction at Turpentine Creek, you'll see that there are like 4 rows from the top to the bottom of this field where the small cats will be going. And the top row is like the row closest to the woods, and then it progressively gets closer and closer to their tour path. Their tour path is a lot wider than our tour path because they have these big trams that they drive through, and that way everybody's seated on a tram and they can hear there's a overhead speaker so they can hear the person who is giving the tour talking about the animals in the sanctuary. And my father always wanted a train here. That was like his big desire in life, was to have a train where people could go through and not have to walk. Boy, when I walk around here and I think of how many things we had to do, like planting all of these trees. One of the main, where we built the cat cages, there were trees, but the tour paths were not treed. And we would have people come out here for a tour and they would just literally drop from the heat and the exhaustion of being out in the Florida sun. Oh, there she is. Hey, Smalls. And so we had to put water stations everywhere so that people wouldn't pass out. We had benches. In fact, I just counted, I think, 28 of those big benches that we're going to be sending to Turpentine Creek. And we planted a ton of trees in order to have shade for people who were walking around on tours. Hi. Oh, she's a good girl. All right. This is Smalls Bobcat. You enjoying your sunbeam this morning? I had a reason for talking about all of that, but now I'm so old. I've forgotten why I was talking about that. Oh, the tour path. So at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, they have these big, wide tour paths so that the tram can drive past the cages. Well, the way they built the small cat cages is that the 3 rows are away from the tour path, so there's only 1 row of cats who are actually on the tour path. And I think our cats will really like that. A lot of our cats, anyway, will really like that. The ones who are more shy, like Smalls and Filmo and Sue and Lakota and Dryden and Kelowna and Filmo. Did I say Filmo? Those guys are going to like being in those back cages where there will be a lot of wire. That's what started this. Filmo was putting a lot of wire between me and him. And there will be a lot of wire between the cats and the trams. So I think that will give them a great sense of security back there. And then there's only, I think there's maybe 6 cages for, well, no, that's not right. Is that right? Yeah, 6 cages for small cats that will be fronting on their tour path. And so we certainly have 6 cats here that love being around people that will be happy to be in those enclosures. Marcy, I could just slap you, girlfriend, because now I'm going to have that song in my head all day long. Stop it. Oh, it's a Smalls world after all. Yeah. Smalls like, I like that song. It's about me.
Split 1, 48 minutes, 33 seconds. Split speed, 6.1 miles per hour.
Clearly, I forgot to turn off my workout. I just biked in. For those who are just now tuning in, the reason there are coolaroos and dens and balls laying all around the tour path is because we're taking out all of the extra ones that the cats aren't using right now and getting them cleaned up and ready to go put in their new enclosures at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. And for those of you who have known us a long time, there are some really special days in the year where most of us sanctuaries raise our money. And this is the time of year when most people do their giving. So it's around Thanksgiving and around Christmas. So right after Thanksgiving, there's a day called Giving Tuesday, which, I think it really ought to be rebranded as Thanksgiving Tuesday, because Thanksgiving's never on a Tuesday. But it's a great way for us to... So my glasses just told me, I don't know if you guys could hear that, it says your first viewer has joined. There's 160 people. At any rate, it's the day for all of the sanctuaries to really be thankful for all of our donors out there who make it possible for us to rescue these cats and give them a safe place to live out the rest of their lives. Kelowna, I will not trouble you for long, sweetheart. I know you are not a people person. No, I'll go find your boyfriend. Can you guys hear when the glasses are talking to me? It's a man's voice. I think most of you can tell a man's voice from my voice. My voice has gotten huskier over the years. I was reading my diary recently from 2021, and I had made the comment that I was going to keep reading my diary for as long as my voice held out, because my voice has been giving me so much trouble the last few years that if I talk for 20, 30 minutes, I am just done for the day. I just sound like a chain smoker, which I was back in the day, but I haven't smoked since I was 30, so it was like 32 years ago. But it did some damage, I think. I'm looking for Dryden. they know to be very still, and if they don't move, man, I may not see them. Where are you, Dryden? I see so many of these names where it'll say Maria Luisa is watching, Erica is watching, Sava is watching, Nabal is watching, Cheryl is watching, and oh, Cheryl says it's so picturesque. Thank you. I don't know why it says you're watching. Obviously, if your name's there, you're probably watching. I don't know if that's something that the glasses add to it. The glasses are made by Meta, so I really thought that this would be a cool way to broadcast very quickly, because all I have to do is just pinch the arm of the glasses and it takes a photograph or a video. But this is the first time I've tried both filming with my camera and with... Where are you? And with the glasses. And it keeps going in and out. Like, it'll show me I have 34 people, and then it says I have 160 people. So I don't know what I have here. Tell you one thing I don't have. I don't have Dryden. Oh, there he is. Hi. Hey, Dryden. Hi, honey. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Is it okay? Can I just stand here and use my Zoom? Oh, he's so handsome. You're so handsome, Dryden. It's like, not a step closer, lady. You're so beautiful. Breaks my heart. You don't want us to see you. You're right. I can't see you behind those ferns. I can just see that twitchy tail and those ear spots. And he's gone. Well, that was delightful, wasn't it? Oh, made my morning. Love that beautiful cat. Sue and Lakota are another couple who are just not that people friendly. One, and they're in this, they might have been if we had been able to put them out on the tour path. They've been here for quite a while. They were rescued from a horrible, horrible little crappy cage at an Alabama zoo that went under. And we had to put them in this 2x4 wire. So you'll notice most of our squares are 4x4, the whole square. I'm going to get myself bit doing that. And they could go right through that because they're these tiny, tiny little bobcats. They're full grown, but they're southern variety. And all of the cages that we are building for the small cats, or that Turpentine Creek is building for the small cats, they're all 2x4 cages. So everybody could go in any other cage, and I really like that. I love it when things serve multi-purposes. In fact, today, I was really excited to see ADI, Animal Defenders International, posted a video saying that they have an empty cage that they were rotating Sun, Moon, Luna, and Jade. I can't believe I remember those cats' names. They were rotating them through that cage because the cats like to do something different and see something different. And so it was nice to see that they were doing that kind of thing too. Oh, there we are. There we are. So, like, I wonder if this is going to record on my glasses. If so, it's going to look weird because I'm mostly staring at my screen. But it keeps every minute, apparently, logging in and out. Did you have a yummy breakfast? You still licking those lips? Where's your buddy? Yeah? Did your buddy go someplace else? Not sure where he went. Could be in any of these cages. They're all joined with tunnels. Hi. I'm going right underneath you. That's okay. I'm going to go see Aria. Ariel, rather. I hear some keepers over there. Oh, there's Ariel. I love the zoom on this new iPhone 15. Isn't that amazing? Of course, like so many cats, they feel like if they can't see you, you can't see them. What was that sound, huh? Sounded like a dumpster. Or a dump truck. So I didn't see the question, but I saw some answers here about the foliage in Arkansas. So it's going to be very different foliage than what we have here in Florida. And Jamie and I were having this discussion a couple days ago because I don't know how many of you have been with us for 20, 25, 30 years, but back when we started, man, the only thing out here was sand spurs, and some pine trees. And the beetles wiped out the pine trees over a few years, and we were replanting it with palms, as you can see, like in this cage, palm trees and oak trees. Lots and lots of crepe myrtles so that we would have flowers, because I love pink flowers. And we planted all of that stuff because those are things that grow well in Florida. And in Arkansas, they have their own types of plants. One of the things we only had, I'll show you this grass, back when, if you guys can see that building way back there, that used to be my house. And on the side, the left side of the house, there was a pile of grass, almost exactly like this pile of grass right here. And I mean, like, same size and everything. And I was like, man, that stuff grows no matter what. You cannot kill it. So I dug up a little piece of it, stuck it in one of the cages, and now we have that stuff everywhere. It is a huge nuisance, but it's everywhere. And they have a similar product. They have a similar plant. Oh, he's in the kitten cabana, so he's not going to be there. In Arkansas, that they call cane grass, I think, grows along the rivers, and they plant that on the outsides of the cages, like in between the cages, so the cats can hide from each other. Good morning. Out here on such a beautiful day. Oh, taking care of the cats. Thank you for doing that. Good morning. I saw motion over here. Everybody wants to see the summer cat. So they planted in between the cages so that the cats can have cover from the others. Oh, there she is in her lockout. See if I can shoot through the door here. She's getting some water. And one of the things that they have out there in the Freedom Field that I am so jealous of are dogwood trees. I love dogwoods, and they have them all through their woods out there. And so I'm sure those are plants that will be transplanted into and or around the cages for the cats. But the discussion I had with Jamie was, she was talking about how different it looked between here and there. And I pointed out to her that the reason that when we started, one of the very first things that we were trying to do was end the practice of people breeding these cats and using them for photo ops for photographers. And what they would do is they would breed the mamas, and because everybody wants those cute baby pictures. Hi, they want cute baby pictures because you're cute all the time. Yes, they do. And you're fierce. You're so fierce. Tell me what for. You tell me what for. Say, don't you be coming and putting that camera up to my cage. I did not approve. So they'd breed the mother cats and then take the kittens out into a field, and they would sedate the moms, tie a wire, a really tight wire, like a snare wire, around her back leg, and stake it to the ground, and then release the kittens. And the kittens all would go running to their moms because they were terrified, and the mother would be trying to protect them and snarling at the cameras. So I paused there. My glasses won't stop talking. Sorry about that. I paused because I wasn't sure whether you guys would hear me. So the mother would be trying to protect her babies, and she'd be snarling, and those are the kinds of shots that photographers sadly want. And we wanted to do away with that whole industry. And so we thought, you know what? They lived in horrible little tiny, nasty, barren cages, except when they were being taken out into these fields of flowers and such and staked to the ground. Can I get closer now that you're over there? And so what we wanted to do, you're incorrigible. What we wanted to do was create an alternative that photographers would come and pay to photograph our cats in their home cages. And we kind of created the first idea of home cages being photo cages. A lot of places that had wildcats had a photo cage area, like one nice cage, and they would take the cat to that cage or to that area in some horrible way in order for photographers to get their pictures with the cats. And what we wanted to do was make sure that every single cat here, in fact, there was like this huge campaign, I guess. It wasn't a money-making campaign, but it was a campaign that we had set internally that all of our enclosures, which started out as being concrete floors and chain link boxes on top, that every single one of those would be converted to something like this, where the cat had grass and bushes and trees and had a very natural looking background, even like the dens there made out of logs, so that photographers could get the pictures of the cats without harming them. And of course, we learned very early on not to breed cats for that purpose because there's nowhere for them to go and they can never go free. So we stopped breeding back in the 90s. But the visual that so many people are complaining about, and that even we, like I said, Jamie and I have been noticing the stark difference between the cages here and the cages at Turpentine Creek. One is they just built the cages, crying out loud. Our cages didn't have anything in them to begin with either. We had to plant all that stuff, and that's what we will be doing at Turpentine Creek. But the second thing is, it's only the people that see the difference. For the cat, it's a cage. And it doesn't matter if it's a cage full of ferns and trees and rocks and whatever, or if it's a cage full of grass. It's still a cage. And they can't escape it. So by giving them more room, it's actually a better experience for them at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge than what we've been able to do here. They're going to be getting bigger cages than what they've had here. And the plants will come. And they'll have all of the dens. These dens, like the one you see right here, they'll have at least 2 of those per cat. And the coolaroo that you see in the background, the little trampoline-looking thing, I know they've got at least 1 per cat, probably 2 or 3 per cat. The toys, they'll have at least 5 balls each because that's how many we have. Plus all of the enrichment, everything else that they'll be doing at Turpentine Creek for the cats, because they have, 3 times the staff that we had. So it's all good. And I don't think people are looking at this from the perspective of the way the cats look at it. I think it's very unlikely that we will see Val, but I thought I would check out her pile of ferns and see. And there are cats like Val who need a lot of cover, so We have a lot of things that we can send up there. We have 55-gallon barrels that we've never used here. If we did, we used them so far back I don't even recall. I know we've got one over there that Mrs. Claus just loves. You guys can see that hanging on the wall. So we'll be able to send those and culverts and, again, all of the dens. And I know that Turpentine Creek is building a bunch of hanging platforms. They had a really nice family put together a whole bunch of those beds for the cats. They're like fire hose hammocks that they hang. So they'll have plenty of places to be. And given the fact that this Freedom Field is not on their main tour route, it's going to be a really, really quiet place. The angry barrel. She loves that barrel. I found we have 5 more of those out there in the everything else trailer that I didn't even know we had. Would you like to have more barrels? Would that be fun? Oh, I know. She's touching your stuff. There's Mrs. Claus. Are you watching? Yeah. To make sure she doesn't take any of your good stuff. Don't take any of my good stuff. Right there in the kill me spot, they've had to put tiny mesh. Pardon? You're right, that hose does look like a snake. I think we've seen everybody we're going to see back in here. Unless by some crazy chance we see Val. Some people have been asking if they're going to do walking tours out there at the Freedom Field. And even if they do, the shy cats who are on the back road, like the ones here that we don't have on the tour route, like Dryden and Kelowna and Sioux and Lakota, even if they had walking tours, their perimeter fence is around that whole area. So people would not be able to get too close to the cats who don't want people too close to them. And I love that. I love that the cats will be given the same level of respect and dignity to be able to choose whether or not they're seen by people. Just because of the way their setup is, I don't know how much they could do there in the way of walking tours, because they're on, they got 600 acres there, so they have all these mountains, and we're on one mountaintop, and Rescue Ridge, I think, is on another mountaintop, and then there's another mountaintop, which is like their discovery area, which is where people do walk around. And I just, other than, they want to build a pavilion out there. Hi, Frankie. There's Frankie Bobcat. So for their events, there might be people walking around, but it wouldn't be the daily tour type thing, I don't think. Hi. Oh, you're so handsome. Are you getting room service right now? Yeah? Are you a good boy? You going all the places? Good morning. Are we going for long walks? Yeah? One of the other things that we have always commented on is the shape of our cages. Their cages are round. Their cages are square. And here in Florida, where you have hurricanes all the time, that's a big thing, because being round, they're safer. But there, they don't have those horrible events like we do. And I'm wondering if, because there are long stretches of cage where the cats can walk with the keepers without having to go around the corner and around this way. It'd be much easier for them to walk with their keepers or to even play with each other. There's like, I think, more than 8 feet in between the cages, but still they'd be able to run and hide and play. I've noticed that Max and, was it Duchess or Jasmine? I think it was Jasmine. Were doing that. Oh, and we were talking about Giving Tuesday. So next week is Giving Tuesday, and the explore.org cams are going to go live at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, and they are on 4 of our tigers. So you guys will be able to watch those cameras live, just like you did here. And if that goes well and people are nice, play nice together, then they might put them on more cats. You want to get my feet, don't you? I know. Those cute little pink shoes. I would love to get those. That would be so fun. The tigers do seem very happy there. Yeah. Oh, did you catch me? I was following you again. Man, don't be stalking me. It's weird. Don't be weird. All right, well, I am going to wrap it up, in part because these glasses running are hot on my face. Guess we've been doing this a while. And 2, it's going to be a long way back to any cats that we haven't seen already. Come in with us, Frankie. Vicki, you are absolutely right. We have the most amazing volunteers here. And I am just so proud of everyone who has taken care of these cats for all these years, and all of you guys who have helped us with making calls to Congress to pass a bill so that more big cats won't be bred for life in cages. That is so epic. I mean, who would have ever thought that we could accomplish that? But it was because of all of you making those calls and showing up in person and speaking up for the cats. So I absolutely appreciate that. You can walk in front of me.
Well, I didn't want to.
You're the show.
No, they are.
So thank you, everyone who has been such a huge part of the sanctuary and taking care of the cats, our keepers, our donors, those of you who have helped online. All of you are just so important to this mission and the continuing mission of all of the cats we're going to be able to save in the wild. I'm just beyond excited at the work that can be done to protect entire species, something we never thought would happen in this lifetime, and we were so afraid that it wouldn't happen in time to save them. So thank you, everybody. I so appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Caturday. Bye-bye. Good morning.